What's up guys, Card Protagonist here. Today I'll be doing a deck profile on Meru's Evil Demonic Dragon deck from S-BT05 War of Dragons. The newest Darkness Dragon World archetype features gothic looking dragons. Evil Demonic Dragon contain powerful units and spells that outclass other worlds. However, with great power comes great risk. So do you dare make a pact with the devil? Evil Demonic Dragon focuses on anti-meta control, with a powerful engine to hardlock cards on your opponent's field with Envy, an exclusive weapon which depletes the opponent's gauge. Your opponent will experience despair in the face of the devil. What makes Evil Demonic Dragon a class above other control decks is that it has a very powerful finisher, which is being able to do 666 with little to minimal setup. So, are you brave enough to dance with the Evil Demonic Dragons? Let's find out. I know in the Buddyfight anime, if it ever has one, the buddy will definitely be Belial because it is Meru's ace card. However, let me explain why I'm using Simie as the buddy. First of all, if you're going to Belial for the final turn, most likely you will not even want to buddy it. However, with Simie, which is most likely during a turn 1 place, you actually want to get the buddy gift so that you'll be able to tank, then be at 1 life, finish off your opponent with Belial. So most of the time, I tested using Belial as a buddy, make me go, nah, I don't want a buddy gift. And that's not really good because you actually want to fully utilize buddy gift, which is perfect with your size 0s. So you could actually use other size 0s, but Simie seems to be the only double rare, so the cheapest option. Lupus is also a great option. However, Simie is cool because I believe in the anime once again, Simie might be one of the buddies that's following Meru. So yeah, got this Simie, I think it's one of the closest things to Meru's buddy. Another reason why Simie is the buddy is because he also searches out your weapon, which is your main engine of the deck, and also he searches out your boss monster, which is Belial, your finisher. You do not want to go finish Belial the early game during your first turn. You most likely want to go Envy. Envy is a very powerful card, and this is the one card that you play 4 copies in this deck because you really want to see it in your hand. So yeah, Simie as buddy, I hope I explained well enough. The first monster of your deck will be 3 copies of Belial's Meru's Ace. This card is your finisher and is what gives the deck its distinct flavor. The 66 attack just strike fear into any opponent, and also combined with the impact, you will be able to pull off some fanciful kills. So here's a core cost of 3. This card on the field cannot be destroyed, bounced, and its critical cannot be reduced by opponent's card effect, which is pretty interesting because this means Belial is immune to control, which is good because you really don't want your 66 combo to be in waste. And the second ability is the most interesting one. If your life is at 1, which is very easy, they have a ton of cards that bring your life to 1. This card gains penetrate and its critical becomes 666. Yes, you hear me right, it is 666. So even if you heal 100 life, you're still a goner. And he also has the move ability and triple attack just in case you want to tank him with the center. There are some cards that actually add souls to the monster, so there's something to know. The next actually plays 4 copies of Envy, the main reason why this deck is so powerful. Envy has a core cost of paying 2 gauge and putting a top card of deck in his soul, so he has inbuilt soul guard. If your life point is at 6 or less, this card is basically a size 0. Its counter ability is during your opponent's turn, so it could be during his main phase or during his battle phase. You can choose a monster or an item on your opponent's field and you may pay 1 gauge. You can draw 1 card, which is basically a plus already, then nullify all abilities of that card and rest it. This ability is bonkers because not only you'll be able to stop attacks incoming, you can also stop a lot of plays. For example, if your opponent were to pull off some kind of size 3 searcher, your advantage engine searcher, you can just use this on their searchers and nullify its ability, so they won't be able to search, instantly giving that big lose. Alright, this is one of the reasons why this card is actually insane. If you're a really experienced player, you know when to stop the bonus combo. This card on an experienced player hand is terrifying. Then, if your life is 1 or less, for this turn, that card cannot stand, so no matter what, it is locked. Very good. But the most important ability is that the fact that it allows you to draw 1, you rest your opponent card, and nullify the card's ability. It is such an amazing card, and it's the reason why Demon Dragons are winning all over Japan. It also has move ability, so this is your to-go play during your first turn, so they can put in the center to tank your opponent's turn. It also has Soul Guard, and also some cards in the deck that will give extra soul, so it will definitely protect you during your turn because not only you'll be able to tank in the center, you also have its ability which actually locks down your opponent's attacks, effects, and all that good stuff. Extremely powerful card, play at 4. Next up, 2 copies of Tech in Darabarak. Darabarak is still a very powerful card in Darkness Dragon World because it allows you to check top 3, add 1 of them to your hand, and rest go to the drop zone. It basically speeds up the deck and makes it more consistent, so playing 2 to 3 is just right in this deck. Now, 4 copies of our favorite doggo, Lupus. Lupus is Darkness Dragon World's threat, aka charge 2, draw 1. However, if you have 6 alive or less, you draw an additional card. When this card enters the field, if you have another Demonic Dragon on the field, you can charge 2 gauge and then draw 1 card. If your life is 6 or less, you can draw additional card, charge 2, draw 2. However, you can only call Lupus once per turn. So that's a bit of balance there, which is good because you don't want to get loyalty anyway. So most of the time if you're playing Fred, you also don't want to spam it too much. And it also has a very, very unique ability, which is Cross Nice. Yes, you hear me right, this little doggo has Cross Nice and you can equip onto one of your monsters. So activate ability, put this card from a field into a Soul of a Demonic Dragon on a field. So after calling this guy, you can use Lupus, get a charge 2, draw 2, then go into Soul and make it extra tanky, so this guy can every tank your center. Really, really good. And also, when this card is in the Soul of a Demonic Dragon, that card gains Soul Guard. So it is mostly used for Belial because Belial has no inbuilt Soul Guard. Giving it the Soul gives Belial extra Soul, just in case you need to move Belial during your first turn plays. And also, if your life is 6 or less, that card gains plus extra 10k attack power and extra 10k defense. So imagine Lupus inside Envy, it will be a 18k defense if you're 6 or less. And your opponent probably won't be able to hit through because it's a huge tank. So yeah, 4 copy of Lupus because it's basically a draw engine, a really, really powerful one, and it also buffs up your dragons, which is cool. Next, 4 copies of our buddy Simie. When this card enters the field, you may drop a hand card. If you do, search your deck for one evil demonic dragon monster with Belial in its card name. So I'm guessing there'll be future Belials as well, which is cool. Or a card name with evil demonic dragon item from your deck into your hand. So basically, it's item searcher or your Belial searcher, aka your facial searcher. Most importantly, I actually use it to search a weapon because the weapon is so dang good. It is kind of auto win against Lost World D-Dragons. Trust me, this deck eats D-Dragons for breakfast because of how easy it steals Gauge. Alright, his second ability is pretty interesting. If an originally size 3 Demonic Dragon will leave a field, you may put this card from a field in the drop zone. If you do, that card remains on the field. So it kind of becomes Atara SD after giving you your search ability for your boss monster or your item. Totally awesome. Now, finally, 2 tech-in copy of Gryphus. Gryphus is basically your Salvager, aka returning your size 3 back from the drop zone to your hand. So it costs of 1 gauge. All Demonic Dragons can be rested and their abilities can be nullified for a card effect. It kind of reminds me of the Astro Dragon 1, which allows you to fetch back a size 2 and above. However, this card only says back size 3 because our size 3 is our size 2 in this deck. So when this card enters the field, you can put up to 1 size 3 Demonic Dragon from your drop zone into your hand. So 2 copies just in case you fight against those decks that has this nasty rest or nullify effects. Just Stream Bear and 66 is unstoppable. For the spells, we have 4 copies of Diablo Soul. This card is such a sick name and it also has an amazing ability. So it's a card cost of destroying a Demonic Dragon on the field, charge 2 gauge, then draw 2 cards. Then if your life is 6 or less, you can draw an additional card. So by destroying 1 Demonic Dragon, it could be an Umbrella because it doesn't state monsters. This card has 2 souls usually, so you can actually sack it as sacrifice. You can charge 2 gauge and draw 2 or draw 3. If it's your final turn, you mostly draw 3 because your life is gonna be 1 for sure. So it's a huge draw engine, which kind of reminds me of Black Dragon's Black Ritual. Next, 4 copies of Contract Circle of Evil Calling. This card is basically a step up from Astro Dragon's effect. So it has a card cost of dropping 1 hand card, check the top 5 cards of the deck, and put up to 2 Demonic Dragon monsters or items in total to your hand, and put the rest into your gauge. So it doesn't need to be different names, which is awesome. So yeah, it's basically Steel Stars but for Demon Dragons. Awesome. 4 copies of Borderline OP card, your maker of combos, Melody of the Evil Moon. So you may only cast this card during your opponent's turn and have an EDD on the field. So counter and choose one of the following abilities. Either, if your opponent's just gonna swing you one big swing, either you just draw a card and the next damage take will be reduced to 0, or if your opponent's going to do some multi-billion attack, like maybe Centaur, you could use the second ability, pay as much life as you want. So most of the players actually pay until they have left 1 life. For this turn, the damage take is reduced by the number of life paid. So you pay 8 life, next time your opponent has to swing you at least 9 life, 9 critical, in order to even do you 1 damage. This is crazy. It sets you up for 1 life point and it protects you for 1 entire turn. Amazing. If you think that card's amazing, wait till you read this. Negative Survive. You may only cast card during your opponent's turn and you have an evil Demonic Dragon on the field. So, at the cost of 2 gauge, counter for this turn, if your life will become 0, if you would die, it becomes 1 instead. For this turn, dude. So, okay, you're dead. Okay, I revive. I'm gonna kill you again. Okay, I revive. I'm gonna kill you again. Revive. So basically, you are not gonna die for this turn. However, you can only cast Negative Survive once per fight. But, to me, that's good enough. Bring your life to 1 life points. Basically sets you up for Belial. So yeah, Negative Survive is crazy. I definitely want to see one at least in my hand. For 2 gauge for guaranteed survival is just crazy for 1 card. 4 copies of High D Dragons by D Dragons. You may cast this card without paying its cost if your life is at 1, but that's not the point. Its cast cost is destroying an evil Demonic Dragon on your field and paying 2 gauge. Counter, choose one of the following abilities. Either destroy all monsters of opponent's field. Nah, that's not very impressive. Or destroy 3 of your opponent's gauge, dude. That's crazy. So you go first, you set up everything, you cast this card, your opponent drop out his gauge. Are you gonna go Lost World? I heard you want to go Lost World. So that's awesome because it means your opponent's guaranteed not go 0 turn loss. It also has the ability to destroy almost on the opponent field, which is good control, which is what you actually need because we don't really have a lot of destruction in this deck, and this is one of the few destruction we have. But most importantly, this card is an anti-meta card against Lost World because Lost World is running rampant in Buddyfight, and Demon Dragons are here to save the day. 3 copies of Diablo's Grave. So at the cost of 1 gauge, you put up the total of 2 Demon Dragons monster or items with different card names from drop zone into your hand. So it's kind of like Dragon Shine. Pretty good because paying 1 gauge to gain you 2 extra cards to your hand. Pretty awesome, it's kind of +1. We play 2 copies of Time Sale. Time Sale works wonderful in this deck because you are at 1 life. Basically, this card is a free draw because if you are 3 life or less, you can cast this card for free, and you have 1 life, you can draw 2 cards instantly. However, I only play 2 copies because you can only cast it once per turn, and most of the time you'll be casting it during your final turn. When you're gonna go kills, you already have more options in your hand. So 2 copies is right. The last spell we play is 1 copy of Abyss Symphony. It's been a while since I've seen this card, and it works really well in this deck. Do give it a try. You only cast this card if you have 6 life or less. 1 gauge, draw 2. It's kind of nice one. Kind of nerf nice one, but in this deck it's alright. The reason why I play 1 copy of this is because you could play 3 copies of Time Sale, but I kind of like doing Time Sale, then I do Abyss Symphony, you know, do final turn, so I can draw the impact. You really want to draw the impact because it's really good in this deck. I would like to apologize for missing out 1 card. 1 copy of Wards of the Blood Moon. Most of you will be asking, hey, where's Daredevil? I had the Daredevil, but I lent it to a friend, I forgot to take it back. So, bear with me. You guys don't know what's Daredevil, I'll leave a picture over here. To pick it up, it's from the comic book. Daredevil is an overturn card which activates from the drop zone. So if you're gonna die, activate Daredevil's skill, you will be left with 1 life. Perfect for this deck. However, if you're a budget and you don't have access to the comic, you can always try out Wards of Blood Moon. It's a set spell. Whenever an evil demon dragon enters the field, you can charge 2 gauge. Second ability is when your life will become 0, you can put this card from the field to the drop zone and review top card of deck, which is 99% by the way. If you review evil demon dragon, your life become 1. So it's kind of like a Daredevil, okay? So yeah, because all the cards in the deck except for Time Sale are recent, but these 3 cards are not. And maybe Daredevil is not evil demon dragons. So 1 copy of that Wards of the Blood Moon or Daredevil. For the items, we play 3 copies of Everdark Shadowing Umbrella. One really interesting thing is this flavor text. Bilal gave it to me, but to be honest, I kind of like it. This is for the first time. This is one of the few moments that the Buddy Fighters actually stop in the first-person perspective, and it's really cool. So here's a quick cost of putting 2 evil demon dragons from drop zone in soul and paying 2 gauge. So you're gonna make sure that your drop zone already has targets, so that you're able to pay a 2 gauge. You cannot use the 2 gauge that you paid. This card's amazing because, firstly, you cannot be dealt damage by card effects. So if anyone try to be funny and think, oh, he's left 1 life, I'm just gonna shoot him 1 damage. Nope. This card prevents all damage by card effects, and your life is at 1. This card gains an extra 10k attack power and 2 critical, which is not really important because you're not gonna finish your opponents off with the umbrella, but having the extra power is cool, I guess. The second ability is very interesting. When this card attacks, drop 1 of opponent's gauges, which is amazing against D-Dragons. Going first, you just swing 1 time, steal 1 of gauge, they'll be left with 1 gauge, so they won't be able to go Lost World. Easy counter to Lost World. Then, if your life is at 1, you can draw 1 card, your opponent discards hand card. So during your final turn plays, not only you'll be able to swing 6, you'll be able to drop your opponent's options, which is awesome. So 3 copies of Umbrella because it's a staple in this deck, you definitely want to see it in your hand as early as possible. That's why you play 4 copies of the Searcher to guarantee the Umbrella. And finally, Impact, Eradicate, Avenge. I really like the artwork of this card. It shows Belial and Meru, really nice. The artist did a good job on this Impact, and this Impact is really crazy. You may only cast this Impact if your cards have attacked 2 times or more this turn. Guaranteed because Belial itself has triple attack. Cards cost, pay 2 gauge, choose an evil demon dragon on the field, and deal damage equals to the critical of that card. So this card is just a foolproof option against your opponent who escaped your 666 attacks. Oh, even if you escape 666 attacks, don't worry. There's more. The Impact deals 666. I think that's the strongest Impact in the game. Previously it was Tempest X-Buster, which does 20 and people is complaining. This card does the Devil's Avatar 666. So pretty damn awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on Meru's Evil Demonic Dragon deck. And if you'd like to see more awesome Buddyfight decks like these, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel because I'll be covering more unseen S-BT05 decks. So once again, thank you guys for watching and keep on Buddy fighting!